overwhelm yourself by trying to knock it out all at once. It's just not gonna happen. Your department of one. You're not putting an exact date. I already told y'all that. No. You right on task, my friend. Don't stress yourself. All right, y'all. I told y'all that's too much for us just to dive into one video. You tired yet? If you're not tired yet, I'm gonna get you tired. Because let me tell you something. We about to head into the next options. The next things that you need to do to start elevating your department of one. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, y'all. So we already talked about all the things you need to know to start evaluating your department of one and to get you prepared to plan for it and to get you a full handle on what's going on and what your issues are. So now we're on part 2 and we want to know, how can we get this started, Tamika? What is our next thing? Like, we've done a lot of sitting on our hands. We've done a lot of sitting back. I've really communicated with folks that, hey, I'm just paying attention to what you're doing so that I can learn. But now I'm ready to change because I see a lot of things that need to be fixed, or I see a lot of things that are doing really well and I want people to know. Well, now we're going to dive into it. So if you want to know what are the next steps to actually get the work going in your department of one, then keep watching. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start conducting meetings with your external partners as well as your leaders. So you want to have like one-on-one meetings if you need to, and I would highly suggest those. See what it's like working with your benefits vendor. See what it's like working with your broker. See what it's like working with your 401k folks. What is it like working with all counterparts that help you get your job done? You know, when you call COBRAs or the 1-800 number, or do you have a dedicated person? Get that conversation going. And when you start talking with them and you have that meeting, you want to ask them,
hey, what are some of the pain points that you have with our organization?
What are some of the areas that you see we can improve on?
What are some areas that we're amazing at?
what are some liabilities that you see happening for us now or down the road in the future? Do you have any resources that we have not utilized that we can utilize moving forward? Make sure that you start making a true note of that, not just with your external partners, but also with your internal partners, like your leaders, your leads of the department, your C-suite. Make sure that you're sitting there and you're pulling all of this information together. This is going to help you come up with a plan. You should be, at this point now, starting to really fill in that future project list. Because as you're talking to these people, you're going back to that topic and you're dumping in your notes, right? This is helping you develop a plan. So you've had this meeting now with all of your leaders. You've had it with your external partners. You've had it with your C-suite. Now, you're a department of one, but somebody might have been helping you in that department. Is it the office receptionist? Is it someone that has a less workload? Is it someone that just enjoys helping everyone? Is it an assistant for the CEO or an executive assistant? If they've been helping, you want to meet with them. Ask them, hey, I appreciate all of your help on this, and this. Do you do this all the time? Do you mind doing it? Are there any problems with you doing it? Like, do you see any problems with the department that I can work on fixing? What are some of your biggest pain points? What are some of your headaches? What are some of your successes with helping the HR department? Do you mind continuing to help the HR department? Make sure you have that meeting. Let them know they're not being on a spotlight. They won't get in trouble. You're just doing this so that you can know how to strategize for future projects and if they'll be able to help you in the future. So all right, you already got those fruitful meetings out the way. You already fill in some more stuff on your future projects list. Now you're gonna get into action, honey. Hey y'all, listen, I want you guys to know that I am always here and available if you want a one-on-one service. So if you want to know, hey Tamika, I really had this mind-boggling idea and I'm wondering if this will work to get me into HR. Hey Tamika, I've been working with my department for quite some time. I'm not seeing the productivity that we're looking for. Just anything HR related, click the link below and definitely schedule a service with me so we can do a call and we can get a deep dive view of your unique situation and make a plan that works so that you can get your career to the next level. And I thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I just want you to know that I don't want you here just for the short haul. I want you here for the long haul. So how do you do that? Make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Definitely set the alerts. Tune in. Hit like whenever you like a video. That way I know that this is something you're enjoying. And put a comment in whenever you know that there's something you want to get back to me. I check all of my comments immediately. So definitely join the Hey HR community. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit down and we're going to start saying what things need to be prioritized. No. You're not looking at a date. You're not going to be like, okay, I'm going to do this on July 25th. No. You're going to say, in this year, what do I need to get done? Awesome. So now I have everything that done in this calendar year that I need to get done. What do I need to get done in the first quarter? What do I need to get done in the second quarter? What do I need to get done in the third quarter? Move those projects around as necessary. What are some of the things that's happening on a consistent basis that I need to hit first? So yeah, I-9s might seem like it's super important. Employee files files might seem like it's super important, but guess what? You're doing process changes or allowing employees to have changes every quarter for 401k. So when you're having those changes happen on a regular basis, that's obviously something you want to hit now, because you don't want to continue in the way that it's been going, because you just might add more work for yourself. So you know what? I'm probably going to put that in my first quarter thing. And what is it that I need to do with that? Okay, so I'm going to pull a report from my HRS, and then I'm going to go through and look at each employee files. But I want to make sure that if I'm using two systems, one for payroll and one for my human resources information, I want to make sure that they're matching. Once they're matching, now I can check the employee file. If the employee files doesn't match what we have in the two systems, I need to get them to fill out some forms. That's just a small example of one of the projects that you can put in place according to the time zone. You also want to look at what projects are of highest liability. Are you in an area where they just might come in and do an I-9 audit tomorrow? Okay, then that probably should be a project you have as soon as you can. Are you in an area where, okay, they're probably not really looking at that, but they're really looking at our training files, because we get audits from the FDA or we get audits from our partners really often before we even start a project. Okay, so now you probably want to work on your training files and get those rolling. You want to look at what is the biggest liability. Are we either getting fined or are we not accruing revenue because this isn't right? Now you want to continue with areas that are least productive. Where are you finding yourself just spinning in circles or running around all day? And why am I running around? Is it because the timesheets are just that bad? Now I need to hurry up and get them in place. Okay, if it's timesheets, I need to hurry up and schedule a meeting with my HRS system and dive into seeing what that's like. And I probably need to schedule meetings with other options so that I can compare it to what I already have in place, because that will loosen a whole bunch of time and give me a lot of flexibility in my schedule as soon as I get this flowing really good. But before you start getting into your plan, and I probably should have said this earlier, you definitely want to create a plan to communicate. You don't want to start diving into different people's systems or their departments or asking them for things without them knowing that you're coming. You're only setting a tone for alarm. But if you set the tone for invitation, what you will do is go ahead, talk to the leaders, the C-suite, and say, hey, these are the projects that I'm doing for this quarter. I need you to get your employees ready that I will come with this, this, and this. Set the expectations. Once they already done that, when you see employees say, hey, are you guys okay with me coming over to help now? Because I really want to work on this, this, and you're helping to drive that home. So that when you come in, people aren't alarmed. They're like,
Oh yeah, she's just coming in because she's trying to fix some stuff.
so that's what you want to do. And if you need to give reminders, give reminders. So, okay, you probably already told them a month ago, but you know that you're going in there this week. So send a reminder. Hey guys, I'm going to come to your department. We're going to work on this. We're going to work on that. Because what you're doing is setting a tone of invitation to make you get the most accurate information and most productivity done. Now, you also want to meet with those involved. When you meet with them, tell them what part they play in this. Is it this person that's just helping out in HR a lot? Is it the leaders? Who is it? Like, who is it that you need to make sure you're talking to before you start throwing this plan out there? Because you want them to know that I appreciate this, I appreciate that, I think you guys are amazing in this, I think that you guys are top notch in that. How do you feel about us doing this and this in addition to that? How do you feel about us changing this area, that area? They'll welcome it so much more. So you already created your plan of action, you already had all of these meetings, you already communicated. Now it's time to tackle these projects. You already got a date on them. Make sure you're not putting an exact date. I already told y'all that. Make sure you're not putting in an exact hour or what have you. Make sure that what you're doing is you're putting it in a quarter, then you're putting it in a month, and then you can probably say, okay, within this week I'm going to get this done. What you don't want to do is finish a project early or finish one late, and then now you feel like you're all out of order. No. You're right on task, my friend. Don't stress yourself, because you're giving yourself some wiggle room. You're giving yourself a chance to breathe. You're giving yourself a chance for folks to ask questions. You're giving yourself a chance for folks to catch up to your rhythm. You're giving yourself some flexibility there. And now just set a date and tackle that project. Again, is it your I-9s that you need to audit? Is it your 401k that you need to audit? Is it your employee handbook that's just a mess or doesn't even exist? Or is it your benefits that's not matching up with what you're taking out of folks' paycheck? Is it your timesheets that's all over the place and going crazy and just causing a big headache every time? Is it the holiday pay? Is it the overtime pay? What is it that's driving you crazy, that's causing your team to be so unproductive? Get those plans into place. Whatever software you're using, whatever apps you're using, whatever new Excel sheet you're using, get that into place. Get folks using it. Audit it. Watch it over time. See if it's working well. Make adjustments. Let folks know. Initially, we're going to make some changes because we're expecting some. But eventually, we're going to get to a date where we're not changing this at all. But put it into place. See how it works out. Is that new form making process a little bit better? Is that new Excel sheet bringing communication a little bit easier? If not, where are the areas we can change? Where are the areas people constantly asking you questions because they're a little confused? And you're going to make those changes. Just watch them move into your new system, your new plan. Document it wherever you need to document it. If it's a policy, then go ahead and get with your quality department. Get it documented into your quality management system, or make sure that you update the policy by hand, send out to employees, make sure that they all sign off on it, get it rolling. That's your groove. You're gonna get started. Go back and check your list off at the end of the week, at the end of the month. Before you know it, you already like, oh, okay, I already got all this done in a week. Oh, I got all this done in a month. Oh, I'm pretty done for the quarter. Before you know it, you've had a fruitful year. Make a plan, do one project at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to knock it out all at once. It's just not gonna happen. You're a department of one. What you wanna see is that whatever plans you put in place has been most effective. You wanna leave thunder behind your name. You don't wanna come in and be like,
Oh, yeah, they were here all the time. It was just a big mess.
no, you wanna have strategy. You wanna have sustainable plans. You want to have a flow. You want to have buy-in. These are all the things you're going to need to make your Department of One flow, be effective, and allow you a homework-life balance. So y'all, thank you so much for watching another HR video. Listen, hunty, if you want more of the juice, you got to subscribe. When you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss it. Some of y'all are like, oh, Tamika, I didn't even know you were going live. The alert didn't come up. Make sure that when you hit the bell, don't hit personalized, change that second at all. See y'all on the next video.